Hey, what is going on, everybody? My name is Noah Kravitz, and I'm making a video this morning, Halloween. Happy Halloween. Um, happy, it's apropos of nothing. Happy Dub Nation. Warriors finally came out last night and looked like the Warriors we were expecting. And all of you who hate the Warriors and hate me for saying that, I get it. But look, man, I've been a Warriors fan since I moved to Oakland 15 years ago, so I'm enjoying this. Also Nixon 6. But that's not the point. The point is more important. The point is that there's a video you should go watch if you haven't already. It's by somebody, and forgive me if I mispronounced your name because I've never seen your videos before and we don't know each other. JuanBagnell. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Juan, if you see this, thank you for your video on behalf of the world. And if you're ever in Oakland or the Bay Area and you feel like, having coffee with a stranger, hit me up, man. Twitter, Noah Kravitz, or you can do it through YouTube here. And, let's go get what did you say in your video? You broke your diet with a brownie and some ice cream? That sounds perfect. I love ice cream. I'll take you out for ice cream. We'll hang out because you seem like a cool dude. JuanBagnell posted a video this morning called Recode the iPhone X and Institutionalized Racism, an angry vlog. You should go watch it if you haven't. Stop watching my video and go watch his. It's a very, very good video. It's very well articulated, very well spoken, very intelligent and thoughtful. And it basically, it calls out Dan Fromer. I believe his last name is pronounced Fromer because his Twitter is Fromedome. He's the editor-in-chief of Recode. And he posted this ridiculous article yesterday that the deal basically is that you should go watch Juan's video because it articulates things and the importance of all of this very, very nicely. And I couldn't do justice to it. Even if I wasn't a straight white dude, which automatically makes me lack the perspective that somebody like Juan has. I just couldn't articulate as well as he does, so go watch it. But basically, here's the deal. iPhone 10 reviews came out, I guess, this morning, October 31st. But yesterday, I guess, Apple invited some vloggers. I think it was all vloggers, or maybe, I guess a guy from Axios was there. I don't know if he's a vlogger. But invited some folks, most of them vloggers, video bloggers, YouTubers, to New York City to get some early hands-on, to get hands-on with the iPhone 10 and go ahead, and they were like, yeah, go ahead and publish. And so some videos went up yesterday. And a bunch of, it's funny because they're bloggers, but now they're old school media. A bunch of media folks, including Dan Fromer, John Gruber from During Fireball, some other folks, complained online about, I guess, Gruber didn't technically complain, but I mean, in his I'm a big fan of Gruber's writing. I read During Fireball all the time. I think it's almost always smart and almost always entertaining and very insightful about Apple. But I was reading his thing last night, and he was just like obviously really bitter about these folks getting access. And I was like, what? Why are you so bitter? And basically, these folks are bitter because they're saying, and Fromer's article really lays it out, saying like Apple gave access to these video bloggers, and they posted these videos that aren't sophisticated reviews, and they're not actually helpful in helping you decide if you should spend $1,000 on this phone, and all this other bullshit. And it ticked me off at the time because back in the day when I did this for a living. I started out writing part-time for a website, well, way back in the day for a magazine called Mac Directory, and then for a website called PowerBook Central, and then on to PhoneDog. And, with PhoneDog, I started out writing and doing videos. I had done some stuff with video before for fun, but never, professionally, so to speak, and just kind of stumbled into doing videos for PhoneDog, and they took off. They became popular. And the stuff that I did and we did on YouTube had a ton to do. I would say was the primary driver of the site growing into what it became, a network of sites. PhoneDog existed before I came along. Those guys, Tom and Andre, who started the site, and Rebecca, did a lot of work before I got there. But the video stuff, the YouTube stuff, started later, and I really think that the YouTube stuff really helped us get to where we got, whatever that was. And so I identify to some extent, and I have a lot of experience doing YouTube stuff, and I can speak firsthand saying, like, it actually matters. And you know what else? Saying that a written review is more sophisticated than a video by, just by nature. Saying that, I don't know, just kind of this assumption that, like, it has to be a serious written review from a serious journalist to matter is just asinine. And, I wrote my fair share of serious reviews, whether they were any good or not, and I took them seriously and I enjoyed doing them, but I also made a lot of videos. And, my videos had their own style and they appealed to people, and that's great. But the videos were different on purpose, right? Way back in the day, I remember asking some of y'all, like, why do you guys like unboxing videos? What's the deal? And I remember a couple people were like, they explained it to me, and I got it. They were saying, well, it's like I've got the phone, and I just got home from the store, and I took it, back in the day when you had to go to the store, and I took it into my bedroom, and I'm opening it up for the first time, and it's exciting. And I was like, I totally get that, because when I was 12, I did that with cassette tapes, because that was my thing. I would open the cassette tape in the car on the way home from the record store, and like read the liner notes and just get so excited about listening to it. It's just, sort of pre-tape deck in the car, I guess. But so I got that, and I started doing unboxing videos, or more of them, or whatever, because I understood that that's what the audience wanted, and that's the whole point. And so these, folks on YouTube, and I'm not familiar, the only person that JuanBagnell mentioned that I guess Apple gave let do videos of the iPhone 10 yesterday, the only name I recognize was Soldier Knows Best, because I just haven't been up on who's doing videos. But, successful YouTubers understand what they're doing and what their audience wants. And Apple understood what it was doing. Apple PR knows what they're doing, and they did this on purpose. YouTube moves product. People, there are tons of people, literally millions of people, tens, hundreds, millions of people, who watch videos on YouTube and don't read serious journalism outlets, And Apple would be foolish to not try to appeal to that. So from a business perspective and a so-called journalism perspective, it's just, it's not the only like explanation I can come up with for why these people got so upset and wrote on their websites about it is because they're ticked off and they're bitter and they feel like, hey, I'm supposed to be first. Well, you know what, man? Like, that's what happens is you get to be first, and then maybe you think you should be first, and then you're not first. And that's life. Life comes at you fast. But more importantly, the thing that being online this morning and then watching JuanBagnell's video, being online when I should get the hell off Twitter and work on the VR thing I'm building, because that's what I'm doing, the thing that Juan's video really articulated so well, which is entirely true, is about YouTube and other outlets, social media, I think other places where people who didn't traditionally have access, or still don't have access, obviously, and are perhaps systemically denied access, have access here and have a voice and have a platform. And it's so true. And 2017 is sort of becoming the year where like, people wake the hell up, or don't, right? But realize, like, there are so many things that, straight, bald, white dudes take for granted amongst other people that other people don't have just because they're not straight, white, or in my case, bald. I get a lot of privileges because I'm bald. No, in San Francisco, seriously, everybody around here is oh, man, if I put my black glasses on, I'd fit in better. And so this notion that, like, a YouTube video that does literally 1 million views, right? So in the up next thing on my monitor that you can't see, but I'm gesturing at wildly, iPhone 10 hands-on experience, boredatwork.com, right? I've never watched Bored at Work, but he's one of the dudes who Juan mentions and who got early access. 734,000 views. So you're going to tell me somehow, Dan Fromer or whoever, that a video does 734,000 views in what I guess is around 24 hours. But it was foolish of Apple to seed them an early review unit. Like, Apple's goal is to sell phones. Apple's goal is not to rack up high scores on seriousjournalismoutlet.com, right? Apple understands that somebody like Bored at Work has a big audience because he's doing something right whatever it is. I literally haven't watched a video. I don't know, but obviously he's doing something right. And so, you know what? What he does speaks to people in a way that Recode.net or Daring Fireball or wherever does not speak to people. It speaks to different people, or it speaks to the same people in a better way or a different way or whatever. You know, and so to say that that's second class somehow is just stupid. But then, you know, like I said at the beginning, I'm going to end with now. Go and watch JuanBagnell's video, JuanBagnell. And if you don't know how to spell Juan, you know, that's something you should take care of. Because it gets into the nuances, the very important specifics of why in this day and age, this year in America in particular, everybody has to fight to make sure everybody has a voice. And, you know, I've always really enjoyed technology and consumer tech and tech media. And during the years when I was making a living doing it, I mean, it was a blast and I felt lucky. And I tried really hard to not take it for granted because like at the end of the day, like, you know, I'm reviewing gadgets and getting paid for it. And there's far more, there are other things I could be doing for a living that would be more taxing. Let's put it that way. And I lost my train of thought here, which means I must be getting comfortable in front of the camera if I lost my train of thought. But the point, you know, the point is just that we have to really fight for everybody to have a voice, or else people aren't going to have a voice, right? And people are doing that, which is awesome. And they're doing it across all walks of life and all industries, and sports, and, you know, stuff going on in Hollywood, politics, obviously. And now tech media, you know, it's really interesting to have that light shined on tech media now. And for me, again, like I said, it started out with feeling like, why are you discriminating against vloggers? But this conversation with Juan here is, you know, opens it up to a level of, I don't know, man, just go on Twitter, look at some of the comments and look at the comments on his video and look at the number of white male tech journalists who've traditionally gotten early access to iPhones and other devices versus the number of non-white and or non-male tech vloggers. And, you know, it's illuminating, right? And it's also not surprising because that's the world we live in right now. And I personally think we're going to push through this time we're in and come out way better on the other side, but only if we keep pushing. But anyway, point being, Juan, good work, man, for whatever it's worth coming from me, some guy you don't know. Good work. The rest of you should go watch it. And I'm going to keep using my iPhone 6S here because I'm not going to spend $1,000 on a new phone. All right, see y'all later.